Hey, Desiree here with Soulpath Astrology and this week's Astro Energy Report and 3-card tarot spread. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you here. We're all about using astrology, tarot, numerology, and my own personal stories as jumping off points for self-exploration, for pattern seeking and meaning making in the world. And mostly it's all about really learning how to identify and align with our own inner guidance system, to feel supported in building a life from that place, and to have some fun along the way and laugh at ourselves a little bit because Lord knows we need humor in these days and age. If you're returning, welcome, beautiful Soul Path fam. It's always a pleasure to have your energy with the space in here with me, co-creating as we build this more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. Quick rundown on what to expect. I'm going to do the astro weather. Then there will be a grounding meditation, after which you can select from 1, 2, or 3 of the tarot cards. Maybe one draws you in, maybe all 3 do, a combination. It doesn't matter if you go in order or not. Attune with your inner guidance, with your big yes, and follow that. At the end, and I do always encourage that you do watch right to the end, there is usually a nugget of love, a little download that you can take with you into the week as inspo, and hopefully some kind of comfort. And lastly, always, if you haven't yet and you find value in these, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and family who you think might resonate with it, and hit that like button. If you like these, like it. It does a great deal for my self-esteem. Okay, let's jump in. Astro weather this week. So right off the hop, we have a new moon. I'm going to talk about that first. A Capricorn new moon, January 18th. I think that's Sunday. I'm not sure. The 18th. This new moons always are about fresh new starts. They're like stainless moments in time where you can really set forth your new intentions. Capricorn, this is our leadership energy. This is that clean masculine energy of containment that isn't stifling. It's not control, it's containment. Think of it like river banks for the flow of your creative feminine energy that's within. For the need to create form, we need to have containment, right? And so this is what Capricorn is all about. And we have this huge stellium going on in here too right now. And if you're in my neck of the woods, it's in the 7th house, which is relationships. So if you're in the Edmonton, Alberta area, this is probably affecting your relationships. If you're anywhere else, it's not necessarily so. So we're not going to worry about the house system too much. What is important is to recognize how much energy is in Capricorn right now. It's a big deal, you guys. We've got a Pisces stellium that I'm going to talk about after, because this is a really neat mix. When you've got Pisces energy, which is where the North Node is right now, and Neptune is in its tail end of it there, Saturn is in its tail end, and then you've got this Capricorn stellium, which is like having 4 more points that are really like activating the space. There's a lot of dreamy realism happening. Even the Neptune-Saturn conjunction that's still happening in Pisces, this last tail end. Where have you been laboring under illusions? Where do you need containment? Where have you been kidding yourself about your real limitations and about an idea of perpetual growth that can't be continued? Where do you have, maybe this is going to be referencing my own personal story. I'm having like crazy personal scaffolding collapse right now in terms of recognizing some long held relationship patterns that I've been operating under. I've been belaboring under this concept that it's my job to emotionally carry the room or the space. That leadership means managing other people's emotional experiences. And there is a time and place when that's appropriate, especially if you are supposed to be co-regulating someone's nervous system, especially a child, right? Or if you are in, let's say, creating the structure for some kind of a leadership experience, like whether that's a workshop or you're facilitating something, but there's still this differentiation of not getting inside somebody else's emotional experience. How many of you unconsciously try to preemptively manage someone's emotional response to what you want to share, a boundary that you might have, an invitation you want to put out, where if you're not managing their experience by couching it with certain language, or like our woke culture has really taught us to try to manage the other person's okayness. Where is this getting in the way in your real life? All of this Capricorn energy is like, what do you need to clean up? New moon, simplify, declutter, get down to basics. The new moon is dark. There's no moon. Allow yourself to feel a dissolution of anything resembling a boundary or a structure, and just reside in the not knowing. And that's where all this Pisces energy is coming into. That stellium and Pisces that I was talking about. Can you give yourself permission to just somatically arrive for what is present without managing it, without psychoanalyzing it, without spiritualizing it with spiritual language, and just allow it to fall apart? Redefine what personal leadership means to you after you've given yourself an opportunity to sit in the unknown. Globally, we are experiencing a high degree of conflict. This is actually probably going to increase, especially as we move into the tail end of April. There is a lot of things astrologically that support a new relationship with anger. And I'm feeling this collectively in the collective, this relationship to anger that has to do with, a lot of it is old paradigm, old storyline that needs to be just felt, like just allowed to be present. So this is what I'm learning and what I want to share with you. Can you can you bring back and recirculate these big feelings without moving to blame something externally, or to fix or correct or move something externally to stop the feeling? Can you just be present, just recirculate it within your own inner energy body, and watch how it can, when just left to exist, soften and dissolve on its own? There's no force here. This isn't cutting cords. This isn't finding a point of blame. This is literally just allowing things to complete on their own without external expression against something or towards something. Being in the unknown, being in the unmanifest, and just recirculating. Another thing that popped into mind today was seed holding. So when men don't ejaculate and instead they just keep recirculating that energy, have you ever tried that as a man? Have you? Because anger can be a masculine force. So, if you're in a female body where you don't have that same kind of ejaculatory biology in the same way, yes, we have our own, but it's different. But anger, like any kind of penetrative, forceful, emotional action, can you bring that in and recirculate it? Not repress it, not attach a whole shit ton of story around it and like tie it to a chair and refuse to let it leave. Just like visualize this energetic light as it moves through you and circulates, and then it just softens on its own. What we're being called into right now is this deep sovereignty, this deep, upright pillar of self-containment that has nothing to do with repression and everything to do with deep presence and stretching around to contain the wholeness of our emotions. To feel somatically in the body what an emotion feels like, and to just be present for it without moving to change it or fix it. Where in relationships can you catch yourself finding your value in making people feel good? What would it mean if you didn't? Like, especially if you're a recovering people pleaser, like imagining yourself utterly divorced from managing the other person's emotional experience. Like, I just want to invite you into being curious around that. Wonder what it might be like if you built an identity around self-sourcing. Pausing. What do you like? Not what do you like in relation to what other people like? Not, well, I love seeing other people happy. What happens when you resource your desire? your pleasure, your joy. What happens when you do that? So that's what we're going to leave for the astro weather. New moon on the 18th. Set some intentions if you want. Allow to just dissolve what needs to dissolve, and maybe get outside and get your feet on the ground. The weather is so beautiful here in the Edmonton area. Take advantage of that and actually touch some trees. Maybe even bravely take your shoes off and let your bare feet touch the ground. If you're fortunate enough to live in warmer climes where this like goes without saying, get out there. Like 100% you need to be out there and letting nature recode you to your coding before it was all interfered with externally. What does it mean to get back to your source code, your original programming? Okay. On that note, let's do a little meditation here. Feet on the floor. I want to invite you to really arrive in the center of your body, really noticing your spine, noticing a softness in the front of your chest. This is our strong spine, soft heart, grounded feet, somatic exercise of arriving in the space right now. Softening your brow, softening your jaw, letting your shoulders drop from your ears. Becoming aware of your breath. Maybe your hands find their way to your chest, to your belly, maybe your solar plexus. Just arriving here in this moment with you, your breath, and your body. Just a brief pause where you're noticing your breath. Noticing the weight of your body and how gravity affects it. And the strength of your feet on the ground. Whole and sound. Breathing in. Breathing out. Relaxing into this time and space. And opening your eyes when you're ready. Hello. Okay, let's do our card selection. Here you go. Card 1, card 2, card 3. 1, 2, 3. I love how the camera's doing this autofocus thing. That's fun. Okay, here we go. This is your selection for card 1. This is what you've got, the Knight of Cups. He's our most romantic card in the deck. So Knight of Cups is, so first of all, the Knights, there's always a quality of motivation, of a mission, on a mission. So where might you be on a mission? Where are you feeling a stirring, this like energy welling up inside you to do something, to go forward? Cups, this is about our feelings and our emotional well-being. Maybe you have romances in the air. Maybe you're seeking a romantic relationship outside of you. Maybe you are falling in love with yourself. Maybe your own cup is what you're filling right now. Either way, this is very much about creativity. There's a quality with the Knight of Cups of like just sensuality. And I mean that in the 5 senses. Like it smells good, it tastes good, it looks good, it feels good. Like it's just so yummy. That's this energy. There's always a caveat, like there is with all the cards. Sometimes this card shows up in a reading when somebody is like, you're in the infatuation stage. And so this is just like, if this is you, just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, you don't have to kill the romance and the fantasy entirely, but just be aware that sometimes it's not what it seems. Like, never underestimate the power of that hormone dump that we get at the beginning of a new romance. And just don't lose sight of reality. Yes, the Knight of Cups, the brave messenger of love. Use your somatic, use your body, use your wisdom that feels like, are you getting an open, expansive, but is it grounded? Or is there like this agitated urgency factor? Because if it's true, there's a grounded quality to it. There's an ease and a gentleness. There's excitement, but it's like grounded. So aim for that. If it's frenetic, that's probably an old pattern. This is probably a nervous system wiring thing that you might want to revisit. Okay, moving on. Card 2, if this is your selection, you got the King of Wands. So much masculine energy in this reading. Our King of Wands, this is leadership. This is the King's story. He came from, he's a rags to riches story. He came from poor beginnings, humble beginnings, and has earned his wisdom through trial and error. This is gnosis wisdom, body wisdom, not just knowledge. The King of Wands is creative. Wands is about creativity. He's a natural born leader, and he also has grand vision. So there's a really interesting dance here with the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands, like a loving vision. Can you envision a more loving world? What does it mean to lead from a depth of loving containment? What does it mean to have sovereignty? The kings and queens are always about sovereignty. What does it mean to be in your sovereign energy? If this was about a person, this is a fire sign. The wands are fire signs. That's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So maybe this is about one of those people for you. Maybe it's about embodying those qualities yourself, right? Your masculine forward motion, your contained, creative containment in a healthy, embodied way. King of Wands. Yeah, he's a sexy guy, not gonna lie. Okay, last but not least, what have you got? If you're card 3, we have the Six of Wands. I feel like this came up last week. This is about celebration. It's about a public recognition. There's very much like excellence and success with all of this. I believe I shared this last week. The story is he's come back from war and the townspeople are cheering him on. There's another deck, I think it's called the Light Seekers deck, where the imagery is somebody on stage and the audience is cheering for them. So that would be another really good metaphor for this energy. Basking in a sense of a public acknowledgement, public recognition of something that you're good at. Taking the stage. And doing so, I'm going to tie this in with the other two cups, or the other two cards, because there's this like deep leadership embedded in it. Like, this isn't an egoic, yeah, look at me, I'm the best. There is a quality of like hard-earned wisdom with it, right? And so giving yourself permission to explore your relationship to public recognition, your relationship to kudos. And something that came up today, and something I was watching, and I love referencing my life, is envy. And what do you do with envy, right? Because when you're on the public face, if you're receiving accolades, other people might be like wanting to throw tomatoes at you. Or maybe you're envious of somebody who's taking the center stage and who's like owning their place in the world. And there's a part of you that's like jealous of that. Envy is such a beautiful gate. It's a gateway into what you really want, because it's about recognizing something that you also want for yourself, but the envy comes from this immediate turnaround where you're like, but I can't have that. You can have that. And what you want to try to do, what I want to invite you into, is like rush into these negative feelings, like really lean all the way into it and get excited and be like, I'm going to go to that person that I'm envying and actually tell them high five, because that's your way of telling the universe, I approve of this for me too. Instead of feeling bitter and resentful, be really excited for what that person has accomplished, because the more that you can offer gratitude and excitement for when that person might even help you achieve that, if that's something that you would like their help towards. But the really important quality here is it opens you to receive the same. If it's safe for them to have it, it's safe for you to have it. If it's possible for them, it's possible for you. We want to lean into the things that we have jealousy and envy around, because that's just showing us what we want. So go get it. And you start by appreciating it in others. Let it go all the way down and turn it all the way back. Alchemize it into possibility. So yeah, I don't know. That's what wanted to come up with that. Our final nugget of love today. Oh, that was fun. Remember doing that as a kid in the fans? I'm in a mood today. I've had a lot of coffee. Okay, nugget of love. What wants to come up? Play. Play is the word that wants to come up. Silliness, reverence, irreverence, like go ahead and give yourself permission to play today. Go build something or make something that doesn't matter. That you're not producing, you're playing. I really want to invite you into that, especially with all these wands energy in the cards. Wands is creative. Wands is playful. Wands is initiatory. So just start something. Give yourself permission. If you don't know what you want, just start playing around. Get curious about what you want. Self-reference. What excites you? What turns you on? Like there's a sexy energy in all of this. Like what turns you on? And go do that. Because the world needs people that are turned the fuck on. Like there's so much living energy that we have been conditioned to label as bad or dirty or wrong. And I really want to start to turn the tables on that and invite us into embodying it and learning to alchemize life energy into something productive and good instead of trying to repress it or labeling it as bad or wrong or overpowering. Like people get scared of this energy, and the solution to it isn't to dissolve it or crush it. It's to learn how to ride it. So there's the invitation. Go get playful. Go do something that turns you on. And turning you on doesn't have to be sexual. I mean, it can certainly be that, but it can also just be aliveness. It's like, what makes you come alive? Is it dancing? Is it writing? Is it talking? Is it singing? Is it Play-Doh? Is it painting? Like, what is your thing? Go do it. Go do it this week. Let me know in the comments how this all landed. If you want a reading, let's do it. It's a great time of year to get a personal reading. You can find the link to my calendar below or in the description of the video. I guess a pinned comment or a description in the video. And in the meantime, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous, fabulous week. Know that I love you, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.